So I decided to do this video because I am currently getting laser hair removal. And I noticed when I went to do research, I didn't see a lot of women of color that had videos or had reviews on what to do or how to do it or how it went. And I know the process is different for every woman, but particularly women of color, we have a little bit more that we need to worry about. So I decided to do this video as I take my journey on laser hair removal. Today is the first day since I got laser hair removal, and I just kind of want to give an idea of what to expect, and then I'll just keep posting videos to highlight kind of the process and where I am and how things have been going. So the first thing that's most important that you have to decide is what kind of laser hair removal you want. So there are lots of options out there. There's IPL, there's different kinds of lasers even. But for women of color in particular, we have to worry more about dark spots from our melanin getting darker. And I am getting laser hair removal in my pelvic region. So and I prefer no hair down there at all, so that's kind of what I'm going for. And I was really concerned about dark spots, obviously, because you don't want to get rid of your hair and then you have a ton of spots and scarring. So one of the things I did after doing some research was I went to look for a doctor that used a particular kind of laser. There are different brands, but it's a YAG laser or a YAG laser. And that laser is just, it's faster, it covers larger areas, but they can target the amount of light that they're putting into your pores to ensure that you don't get dark spots. The clinic that I'm going to here, I'm actually in Japan right now with my husband, so the clinic that I'm going to, I'll put the link in the box below, but 9 times out of 10 you're going to be in the States and you won't have a chance to come all the way to Okinawa to get laser hair removal, but you don't have to. You can just look for a doctor that has that kind of laser. So there's ClearScan, I believe, is one kind of laser, but there are multiple brands of manufacturers that make that laser. You just want to ask during your consultation if that's the kind of laser that they use. So this is just to kind of highlight what I've experienced in my past few days. So I initially started with a consultation. During that consultation, they did 2 test shots in the area. I had to shave before I came. They looked at my hairs or the pores where the hairs would grow, and then they did 2 test shots. I had to wait a month before I could go back to have the first session. Now, when I went for the test shot, it hurt, but it wasn't anything incredible. It wasn't major. I felt like I could deal with it. Well, the 2 spots that they tested just did not grow any hair back. So the way it usually works is you shave before you go. They will give you the laser treatment, and then your hair will grow back over the course of a week. About a week or so after that, your hair will just kind of fall out, basically. Like, for the lack of a better word, your hair is going to fall out. And so once the hairs fall out, then they don't regrow. So the 2 test areas, I waited 6 weeks before I went back for my first session. And after the hairs fell out, they did not grow back in those 2 test areas. And that was with the doctor using the lowest amount of energy, the lowest setting on the machine for the test shots. So I went back for my first session, and it was painful. They advised me beforehand that I could take a pain medicine or whatnot, but I didn't think it was going to be necessary. Now I wish that I had, or then I wish that I had, because it hurt. I mean, clenching your clothes, holding your fist tight, sweating, hurt. Doable, still not as bad as a wax. Not nearly as bad as a wax, but it definitely hurt. So I would say be mindful of that. And if you can take medicine, take a Tylenol or any kind of medicine of the sort. I would take it within an hour of going to get laser hair removal. And then at the particular clinic I went to, they did put ice on it afterwards, just to try to cool you down. Even though with the laser feels cold to the touch, and then it shoots, obviously, the light. When it emits the light, it gets really hot, and then it's instantly cold again. So you just go kind of from like hot to cold, hot to cold, hot to cold in that one area, in the area that they're in. But it was very fast. It took about 25 minutes for them to do the entire pelvic region. So I would say it's quick. You just kind of have to bear through it. And then I was given an ointment to put on there, and also advised that I could use aloe as well to keep the area moisturized. And when I came home, I put ice on it, or ice pack rather, for about 10 minutes or so, not very long. And I had no swelling, and I have no dark spots, no scarring, none of those things. So right now the hair is at the stubble position because it's starting to grow back, but it will, hopefully those hairs will fall out here in the next few days. But overall the results are good. Like I said, I'm going to keep updating you guys. There will be 6 sessions minimum. Even though the hair didn't grow back, or doesn't grow back, I guess I should say, they still do have to do the sessions to make sure that it never grows back, to try to make it a permanent thing. So I'll keep posting those. I know that there were questions, and there are often questions about cost. Here in Japan, the cost, I don't know how it compares to the US. From what I've seen, they're neck and neck with the prices in the States. So here it's about $250 each session, which I've been told is really good, especially for the laser. I did have to go to a cosmetic surgery center to get the procedure though. So a lot of times spas and things like that, they will offer hair removal, but it'll be an IPL laser, which is extremely different, and it can have an adverse effect on women of color and our pores and our skin. And that's kind of where you see like people talking about the blistering and the burning and the bad experiences. But so far, so good. So I will keep you guys updated. And if you have any questions, or if you need any details, or if there's anything I didn't cover that you will want me to cover or talk about after my next session, then please leave a comment below. And I am going back in 4 weeks for another treatment. So I will just keep you guys posted. Until then, have a good day.